Adam, come on stage now, come on, okay? StorySLAM!
Thank you. All right, March 12th, Thursday, March 12th, 2020. I finally break up with my situationship with a guy named Jack. But the world shuts down on Friday, March 13th, 2020. And we're already in each other's quarantine bubbles. So he keeps coming over. He keeps coming over for dinner, he comes over on Fridays to watch RuPaul's Drag Race, and we keep having sex. And we are with each other all through that awful COVID spring, and then COVID summer happens, and I thought we were going to LA together to go march in support and protest for Black trans lives, but I think we were actually just going to LA at the same time and met up there and marched together. And on that trip, I introduced him to my bestie, Brian. And then we came back to New York, and me and Jack, did I say his name was Jack? His real name is Jack, and Brian's real name is Brian, because I can't remember the story unless I use their real names. And I introduced my bestie, Brian, and then Jack and I are back in New York, and we are at the New York Pride protest parade, and we meet someone new, and this guy is hitting on us, and he says, so how are you two related? What's your deal? And I'm about to say, this is my boyfriend, Jack, and he says, we're just friends, we used to date. And I'm like, oh shit, we're not on the same page. Oh no. So after brunch is over, I go back outside and I say, we're not on the same page. We are not here marching for queer liberation so that I could gaslight myself into the situationship with some tall, big dick fuckboy. I'm out of my mind. I brought this on myself. I'm so sorry. And then we really broke up. And then I went to Fire Island with that bestie Brian, and he got blackout drunk at a dinner party, and I'm dragging him from Cherry Grove to the Fire Island Pines, and while we're on the beach, he leans in and he kisses me, and I angrily push him away, and I say, Brian, what are you doing? Are we friends? Are we supposed to be boyfriends? Do you think if we have sex tonight that I'll forgive you for what a mess you're being tonight? This is awful. And I push him away, and we don't talk for a few weeks. And then I get a call from Brian a few weeks later, and he says, I'm moving to New York. And I say, you know what? I was just thinking about Jack. I wonder if he needs a roommate. If you're moving from LA to New York, you know, a rising tide raises all ships. I want everyone to be friends. You could move in with Jack. Just don't hook up with him or anything. I'm still in love with him and he broke my heart. That would be insane. So definitely don't hook up with him. So then Thanksgiving of 2020 rolls around and I go on a socially distanced walk with Brian and I say, so how's it going living with Jack? I miss him. And he goes, yeah, it's okay. And he's like, there's something I have to tell you. And I'm like, that would be so messy if you made out with him. I know he's handsome, just tell me, okay, was it good? And he's like, yeah, there's actually more. And I'm like, what could there be more? Did you do it a few times? Are you guys now living together? Do you share a bed with him? And he just looks at me and nods. And I don't know if you've watched any nature shows, but when a shark is about to feed, its eyes become black. And I did what I can only describe as a Shakespearean level monologue where I aired every anger and grievance I've ever had at Brian and our friendship. And I said, I can't believe you didn't prioritize me. I can't believe you didn't obey my request. He was mine and I'm still in love with him, and how dare you sleep with him? How dare you? And I got in the lift and I'm about to slam the door and I said, Brian, fix this. And he said, how? And I said, choose me, choose your friend. And then I didn't talk to Brian again. And I didn't talk to Jack again. And 4 years later, I have a wonderful boyfriend, Colin. I know these are all basic white boy names, so you have to remember Jack, the ex-boyfriend, Brian, the bestie, I'm Adam, and then Colin is the new boyfriend, okay? And Colin and I are in love, and we're in an open relationship, and it's radically transparent. Did you do the thing? Did you do? Oh, good. Good. We're almost there. Okay. So Colin, 4 years later, we're in an open relationship, we're radically transparent, and he comes over, and I say, how's your day? And he goes, great, I actually tried a new gym. I went to the Crunch in Tribeca. And I was like, who goes to the Crunch in Tribeca? And he lives in Harlem. So I was like, this just doesn't make any sense. And I was like, okay, well, how was the gym? And he goes, it was actually pretty good. He goes, and I actually had a good time in the steam room and in the showers. I met this like thick, like sexy Broadway dancer boy. And we had a great time in the shower. And, you know, and I just look back and I'm like, Broadway dancer? Oh God. And I'm like, did you get his name? And he's like, yeah. I texted him. And I'm like, I swear to God, if his name is Brian. And he goes, oh, it is. It is. And I said, is it Brian? He says, I know. I'm doing it. So I said, is it Brian? He goes, yeah, it is. And he goes, you would like him. He's cool. And I said, yeah, that's my ex-bestie, and, you know, he slept with my ex-boyfriend, Jack, and, oh, yeah, you know. And he goes, ooh, well, that ex-boyfriend, Jack, is now Brian's husband. And I'm back in Prospect Park, and I feel the rage, and I feel the heat. But then I look at this new boyfriend, and I'm like, wait, what am I doing? Brian did nothing wrong. Brian has nothing he should apologize to me for. Me and Jack were never meant to be. Me and Brian were never going to really be, and they were meant to be together. If anything from this beef, I realized I was demanding main character energy and I needed to give it to myself. So today, what's more main character energy than this? So, Brian, congratulations on your wedding, and I hope I got a toast at the wedding.
Thank you.